the three main takeaway points are, in a complicated, rapidly changing world, the way out is up through vertical development and changing who we are and how we are, rather than just learning new stuff. That would be the first point. The second point is, on that journey of developing yourself, one of the most important early steps is to look at what's happening emotionally to you, what's happening on the inside, how are you feeling right now, and starting to get control of your emotions. Because if you haven't got control of your emotions, they can completely disable the quality of your thinking. So you won't be able to come up with anything that gives you a competitive advantage. And the third thing is, technology can really help drive that development in you. So whether it's some of the apps we've built or some of the websites, you can use tech to accelerate your own development. I think the Changeboard and Future of Talent event is absolutely critical in helping the HR industry transform itself. Every human being on the planet needs to change and develop and get up to the next level. Unless we get together, talk to each other, and discover how to do that, not just learning, but changing ourselves, developing ourselves, we won't keep up with the pace of change of the world around us. So we've got to get together and do those kind of things. So in order to better your well-being on a day-to-day basis, you first of all have to notice how you're feeling. If you don't notice what's happening on the inside, there isn't anything to do. So most human beings, their life has collapsed into the one dimension of doing. You know, we've become human doings, not human beings. We're constantly focused on tasks and what we've got to do and our to-do list, and when we finished our to-do list, we've got to do something else. Whereas what we're encouraging people to do is start looking inside. How are you being while you're doing what you're doing? And if you can start to get a control of how you're being, you can step change your performance and step change your health. In terms of whether you should always control your feelings, we're not talking about control in terms of suppressing or repressing how you feel. We're talking about the ability to change how you feel. So if you're stuck on the planet of frustrated, no matter how justified you might feel, or it might be to be frustrated, ultimately that's not helping your performance. So the capability of moving off the planet of frustration to something that's more helpful to you is an incredibly powerful thing to be able to do. So I would advocate that all human beings need to learn that ability, need to develop the ability to change how they really feel. Most people can't do it, but if you develop that ability, it truly is a game changer. In order to get HR practitioners and HR managers and HR directors to incorporate this kind of focus on not just what we're doing, but how we're being, and also how we're relating to each other, just by knowing that there are these three dimensions, the doing, the being and the relating, starts to help people make progress. In every moment of our lives, there are these three dimensions, the doing, the being and the relating. And if we can cultivate some sophistication, some maturity in these three worlds, these three dimensions, we start to become four-dimensional human beings, not the one-dimensional person that most of us unfortunately experience ourselves at work.